New one from First Aid Kit. They've got an album coming out called Palomino on the 4th of November, which is this weekend, isn't it? That is a feeling that never came. The farming fraternity, thank you. They are currently milling wheat for the cows. That's what they're up to. Stand by for your new musical discovery. Gabriel's on the way in session. Right now it's Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 8 o'clock. This is Claire Ronacres. An independent inquiry has found that 3 teenagers with mental health issues died after a catalogue of failures by an NHS trust in North East England. Christy Harnett and Nadia Sharif, who were both 17, and 18-year-old Emily Moore, took their own lives after receiving treatment at West Lane Hospital in Middlesbrough. Christy Harnett's grandmother, Katie Tremaine, says her granddaughter's mental health got worse after she was admitted with anorexia.
How it was there is more reminiscent of how the Victorian institutions used to be. I remember telling her, if you tell them everything that's going on in your head, they'll help you.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to live your life.
Rishi Sunak has said he'll go to the COP27 climate summit in Egypt after previously insisting he was too busy focusing on the UK economy to attend. Opposition MPs have accused him of a screeching U-turn. Scientists are warning that temperatures in Europe have been increasing by more than twice the global average. The World Meteorological Organization says the rapid warming of the continent means communities will continue to be hit by wildfires and floods. From Brussels, Jessica Parker reports.
The report says temperatures in Europe increased at around 0.5 degrees per decade in the 30 years up to 2021. The speed of change is partly because higher northern areas are the fastest warming regions in the world. On a more optimistic note, the study does say that some European nations are seeing success in cutting greenhouse gases and protecting their populations through measures such as early warning systems. But experts warn the data shows that even relatively advanced economies are vulnerable to climate change.
A government source says ministers are considering delaying the introduction of a personal limit on social care costs in England. The cap, which was due to be introduced next year, would ensure that no individual pays more than £86,000 during their lifetime for help with tasks like washing, dressing and taking medication. Scotland's Deputy First Minister John Swinney has outlined his emergency spending review at Holyrood, saying an additional £615 million in cuts will have to be found this year. The Scottish Government has already announced more than £500,000 worth of savings, but Mr Swinney says tax rises and eye-watering cuts are now needed.
There has never been a time of greater pressure on the public finances. Inflation means that our annual budget today is worth £1.7 billion less than when it was published last December. At the same time, demand for government support and intervention is understandably increasing.
In India, a 105-year-old man has generated headlines after voting for the 34th time in his life. Shyam Saran Negi, who's a retired schoolteacher, set a precedent in 1951 when he cast the first ballot in India's first ever general election. The weather: heavy rain will sweep across central and southern England throughout the evening, and there'll be blustery showers in northwestern areas overnight, especially in Scotland. Clearer elsewhere. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 8.
This is Joe Wiley.
Joe Wiley.
BBC Radio 2.
Oh, yeah. Still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets, and every time I thought